lot to learn when I'm in front of all of you. But I think we all have a lot to learn now when I watch that film. It looks great, and I'm sure we'll hear a lot about you in the future. Wear that and best of luck. Thank you very much.
All right, Bora. Everybody's had 2 glasses of wine, no problem. No pressure.
Pants are fresh.
Well, most of you know me. I'm not really much of a public speaker, so here we go. I want to get my thanks out of the way first. Thank you for Rolex to have such a great award. Thank you for New York Yacht for hosting us. Thank you for U.S. Sailing for organizing and just being part of everything. And thank you for all the press that have been involved and were kind enough to vote for me. I'd like to thank my parents and family. They're all over, people who supported me all over the world, from Australia to Miami and everywhere in between. And it's just a very special feeling to know that you have family everywhere. Last week while we were in Hawaii preparing for the Worlds, which will happen in about a week, I had to pull aside Charlie McKee. And it's usually what I do when I don't know what to do. I'm like, Charlie, I'm going to have to make a speech. What should I talk about? And Charlie, being all wise, he said, well, just tell about the story. And to think that I would, the story of being on the Moth, and to think that I'd be up here 2 years after purchasing my first boat is beyond anything that I would have ever imagined. It's been very great to take part in just the resurgence of the Moth class in the U.S. And it's something I enjoy every day. The very first year, we went to Australia to kind of go learn from who was the best throwing deals down there. All the players in the World Championships were in Australia. We went down there with my training partner, George Pete, who unfortunately couldn't make it. And besides sailing, our primary mission was to get parts from the manufacturer. The boats were built in China, and we break a lot of stuff, and trying to get parts out of them was pretty hard. So we went down there. We sailed for 2 months, we got parts, and we came back. And quickly after getting back to Detroit, I loaded up my boat and was going to drive to California. My dad actually asked me, are you crazy? Like, why do you want to go race against the Californians? So it's going to be about 6 boats. I replied, well, I don't think I'm going to beat Charlie a whole lot in my life. This is going to be one at a time. So went out there, and I was very lucky in that I beat everyone else pretty handily. After that regatta, Charlie pretty much pulled me aside and said, well, this is how we're going to do it. You're going to share all the information you have. You're going to make us all faster, and we're going to help, and we're going to get better as a group. And sure enough, we did. All of a sudden, instead of racing 1 or 2 good boats, everybody in the States basically had my same setup. And it's very much like a race car, the setup matters a lot. And all of a sudden, now if you make mistakes, someone's in front of you instead of before, you can kind of coast a little bit. And it wasn't long. It took about, I think, 6 months. And I got beat by Charlie at the beginning of this year in his hometown in San Diego. And it stung. I mean, let me tell you, it's like, oh man, I'm getting caned by Charlie, this is not good. And, but it served as extra motivation, and from that point on, I sailed every day. I think some of the members of the yacht club probably recognized I would actually kind of get really nervous that I didn't go out in the Moth every day, and if there was a breeze, I would freak out. It's about to do anyways. By the time we got to Worlds, we'd really raised the bar in the U.S. as a class, and everyone was really competitive. I was excited to see what we would do, and in the end, we actually got, I'm counting Kevin Hall, even though he claims he's a New Zealander, he's really an American, but we had 4 Americans in the top 10 at the Worlds, and it was awesome. Just the feeling of seeing us go from nobody, or not even having to last 2 years prior to being the dominant nation in a bleeding edge sport, which I really want to thank everyone involved for recognizing me. I mean, the Moth is not Olympic, it's not America's Cup. It's some bleary-eyed purist in the middle of the lake going 30 knots. It's really cool to get a recognition for that. But I don't know how to wrap up. I mean, we're going, Brad and I are now going to go try to bring the Moth World's trophy, which is up in my room right now, back to the United States in a week. It's just very special to be here. It means so much to me. I don't have words for it.